What's up, teammates? I know I've been gone for a minute, but there's nothing to talk about. I didn't want to just say nothing about anything. I mean, there's just random drama going on out there. Antonio Pierce and his wife trying to file for bankruptcy because they made a bad business investment. Who cares? But somehow it made it up there. There's all the argument about the quarterback controversy that's not there. You already know how I feel about that. And it's pretty obvious how the rest of the team feels about that because whenever they've been asking anybody, so what do you feel about the quarterback room or how you think the quarterback controversy is going? Or the first thing they say is something about Aiden and then say something about Gardner as like an afterthought. Like when they asked Devontae Adams, they asked him about the quarterback room, and he spoke specifically about Aiden O'Connell, and just like I don't know if he said Gardner's name at all, to tell the truth, and he wasn't asked about Aiden; he was asked about the quarterback. So we know how they feel about the quarterback. We know how I feel about the quarterback. We know that there's no stories to report on, so they try to drudge up some from Antonio Pierce's past that didn't even catch any float. They just thought maybe we can dog him out that way. Nobody was, enamored with the story, so they've been past that story. People are predicting that we're going to go get Dax next year. That's a story now. They're just pulling things out the sky and trying to make something out of it. And I didn't want to just try to blow something small out of proportion or try to force something to make any kind of sense every day. Because it's not like I need the money. I'm not here to try to make cash off of this little website or not a website, podcast, whatever they call this thing. Anyway, but I did want to make sure everybody knew I wasn't going nowhere and I didn't give up on it. Just didn't really have too much to report. But since I'm talking about something and I'm here, I'd like to throw out a little prediction, and I think Dylan Lowry's going to be the starting running back when the first game comes and they say the starting lineup and they start saying Aiden O'Connell starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders is going to come up. Dylan Lowry starting halfback for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I know that we're not watching anything about the season. They're not even doing mini camps or play camps or rookie camps or all those stupid ass camps that they do. But what I have been doing is doing what I do, looking and analyzing. I've put down numbers a little bit because numbers have been disappointing me when it comes to football, as we've had talked about in the quarterback show. But I'm still for it. Still love my numbers, still love football. And I still think I know what I'm talking about. So, Dylan Lowry is going to start for us, not because I think he's just cool or not just because I, want to see some new rookie stuff. One, because he got good cutback. Two, because he can run routes. And three, because I learned a little about the offense that we're going to run. I don't know if I spoke about it on one of my shows, but I hope so. We're talking about how to run the wide zone run game attack. Where that differs from what we were doing with Josh McDaniels running the attack is that you have to just find a hole if you're Zamir Wright. You just have to wait for the hole to develop. You follow your blockers, and the hole's going to be there. As long as you get through that hole and fall forward, we're going to get positive yards. And that's what Zamir White was doing last year. Head down, fall forward, and if you get to the second level, to the linebackers, maybe you can knock one of them down, or maybe you can hit the corner and outrun them. But he's nothing really flashy. He's just pretty much a downhill runner. And looking at that, it showed that our offensive line is basically what got Zamir's yards. I mean, they just gave him the ball, and Zamir went straight forward, covered the ball up, and, got his yards. It wasn't beautiful, but it was exactly what we needed, and it worked for us and for him. He ended up with a good season. But that's not going to be starting level performance for this type of offense. What this offense is looking to do is spread out the field and give your running back the opportunity to get upfield. And what that means is the running back will be reading the blocks more openly. Like I said on another show talking about Zeus, you have to read the blocks by watching where the shoulders are. But it's still designed to go to that hole. You want to read and wait for the block to develop before you go through that hole. But what I've learned about this more spread running offense attack is that the blockers and the running back are kind of working together to read what's going on in the field in live action. So you kind of have to be aware of what the movements are. So you kind of find your own hole based on the movement or the flow of the play. So it's not following your blockers to the hole, it's reading your blockers and finding the hole that they're creating. And Zeus showed a little bit of side to side hop step in college. He did it a few times in the pros, but he's not as comfortable as he could or should be with the stop and go or the hop side steps, because when you're doing that type of wide spread offense, you're just creating lanes. You're opening up space. So your running back has got to be able to get from this space to this space as quickly as it opens, so he can wiggle on through there and get to the second level. And I think Laube is going to have has a better game when it comes to reading the blocks in that type of situation. I think that he, coming from New Hampshire, had to read the blocks that weren't there and had to find his own holes when the play broke down. So it should be something new for him to have the play actually go correctly and have holes open up. In my opinion, that's what I see coming because of what I've seen or heard about the spread offense. So that's the only real controversy. Well, there's a couple of positions that actually are up for competition, I guess. Our second cornerback, maybe the linebacker squad. We're not exactly sure who, Tommy freaking Eichenberg can come in and challenge for the starting spot. Not sure if he can or not, but they seem to be excited about it. But mainly, we're good. We're set with where we want to be. Our offense is set where we want to be. I believe that it's technically a competition right now between Zamir White and Dylan Laube, but from what I understand and from what I've seen, I feel like Zamir is more apt to be a downhill runner. Will be getting the play action passes off on him, but I think Laube is going to be the one we're going to be using most off. Although we've already decided there's going to be a running back by committee type deal, but every team has their favorite base package, right? And I think that Dylan Laube is going to be the running back in our favorite base 12 package. So that's the only contemplations I got going on in the football world as far as that goes. As far as the Raiders offense or defense goes, any projections for the season, I don't really have anything more to discuss. So I'll take probably another week off. If something important comes up, then I'll hop on. We'll see. But until then, remember, you can't win them all. Clouds get dark. When you're looking for the bright, go to the silver lining. Guru out.